G80. Another cat with the, I don't know if that's a C63, it might be a C43. Then a workaday Subaru there in the background. I think that's a Subaru. Yeah. The venerable Toyota Tacoma. So I'm doing my my requisite lap. You're used to it being on Sundays. It's actually Saturday, tax holiday weekend in Massachusetts. So anything up to I think $2,500, there is no tax. So I know you're thinking like, oh, that sofa set you're so proud of that you bought like 3 weeks ago, you could have saved like, I don't know, $120 if you had just waited. But I kind of forgot about this, to be honest with you, about the tax holiday. I think Connecticut's is like in a week or two. But then again, my old sofa and love seat, it was flaking so badly that it was almost like Mayday. So yeah, taking my little walk here. I'm heading towards lap 3. I actually didn't want to start it so early, but then, I saw a G30 or G80 M3. So I was like, yeah, might as well just start it right here. I saw the Mercedes at first and I was like, I know, not a huge deal, but I mean, we have a fair amount of M3s, but probably F80s in Springfield. I don't see G80s around too often. So yeah, just had the cam up just to catch that on wax, as it were, or I guess on reel. But yeah, there was something cute I wanted to show you, but it's literally the opposite end of where I'm at, like kind of behind the grandstand up there. But it's probably gonna take me a little while to get up there. What looks to be like some little girl, they're throwing her a birthday party, but it's like a princess birthday party. It's all pink there in the corner, and they adorned the trees and stuff, and looks like everybody's dressed in pink and stuff. It's pretty cute. As I get older, I think about kids, and for guys, when we think of kids, we think of like a son, and it kind of doesn't occur to you. I'm almost at that point now where I'm like, damn, as long as they're healthy, I'll take whatever. I shouldn't say it like that, not whatever, but I'll take a daughter, as if I have a choice anyway, right? Lately in my family, that is what's been brewing. We are a very son heavy, SON heavy family, so mostly boys. But lately, as in like the last 12 years, my little niece, I call her my niece even though I have no brothers and sisters officially, we'll call her P. Her birthday was last month, and she's 10 or 11. I think she's 11. I want to say she was born in 2014. So yeah, she's 11. Tall too. I think she's already like 5'7", 5'8", something like that. Of course, her mom's like 5'11", and my cousin, he's same height as me, 6'1". So she figures to be pretty tall for a girl. Now we know that girls reach their maximum height pretty early in life, like 14, 15, something like that. So it's not like I expect her to be like 7 feet tall or anything like that, but she likely will get up right around 6 feet, I would imagine, which is cool. That opens up a wealth of options in terms of like college and athletics, and possibly getting a scholarship. Somebody racing here, racing his son on the little starter bike, no training wheels though. Oh, he's pulling ahead now. Interesting little race. I look forward to that stuff. I've just become an old sap as I've gotten older. But yeah, I guess back to the point, as we're starting to approach now that corner. That little girl up there is having quite the party up there. So not a big party guy. Even when I was a kid, obviously everyone wants to be celebrated and appreciated. For my mom's birthday on Instagram, I think at this point, was it last year or the year before, I dug up some old photos from the attic, and I literally had in there what I believe is my last official birthday party, which was when I was 7. So yeah, not the biggest party hardy family in that sense. And it's funny because I remember, I'm pretty sure it was either the 7th or the 8th. So I feel like the 8th, I might have gotten more money than I did for my 7th birthday, but there was like an actual like invite people over, party favors, put the party hat and noisemakers on and everything. Was my 7th birthday, but in any event, I had the photos up, so that would have been, when we had just moved back to Boston from New York, so like September 86. God, I'm getting old. And yeah, so it must have been later. It must have been like 88 or so, or 89 when my cousins came up from Jamaica. And I got, which I thought, I mean, you present a sub 10-year-old back in the 80s with like a few $100s, and it might as well be like $1,000. I think it was like $400 or so. And my mom confiscated like probably all but like $50 of it. And I don't know what happened to the rest of it. Because my grandmother had, I had a really good relationship with my grandmother. And she invited a lot of her friends, and everybody brought a little something or whatever. And I'm pretty sure it was like $400. And I remember for years after that, I was asking my mom, where's my $400 at? And it's funny because there's a reel on Instagram right now, Jamaican family. It's like a skit. And my man, his name's Dale. He's you should be able to find him. I think he just cut his hair too. He had dreads for a while. Yeah, but his name's Dale. He's a comedian, kind of like up and coming on Instagram. But he actually like travels and does stand-up. And I guess he had like put $50 down just to go out. I mean, as if one can go out with $50, but like that's kind of like the running joke, is that he's just kind of like scraping by, still lives at home with his mom. He like poses, he doesn't officially say it, but he poses in these short films, little skits, as if he's like high school age or something. So back when $50 for a weekend or whatever, that was like a good old time. Even if you went out or whatever, that was like enough. And it's kind of like the same idea. So he's like quickly takes a shower. I guess he's about to go meet up with his homies or whatever. He's like, Mom, you seen about $50 that I had laying on like the dresser or something like that? And then she reads in the riot act about how she took that. And he's like, you ate that? And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, I bought groceries and this whole long list of things that $50 couldn't possibly buy in 2025. And then she ends with like a punctuation at the end. I spent that, sir. Like, basically like you live for free. You ate that. You feel that good air while it's hot outside. That food was good, wasn't it? You have a roof over your head, don't you? And like this whole thing. And very similarly, some 35, 36, 37 years ago, my mom did basically the same thing to me. Only things that I was like 8 or 9 or whatever I was at the time. So yeah, I guess we all live the same lives. And there's like any number of, those kinds of like short skits in Jamaican culture, but like a lot of them very much like interpolate with other Caribbean cultures and even more broadly African American culture, where you just have like weird, really any ethnic type background where you probably came to this country living like multi-generationally, right? So there's like not only your parents but probably your grandparents, probably like not a lot of privacy, probably more than normal capacity for the house or whatever, and like doors flung open, there's no privacy. Food is like not limited, but it's kind of like what's on the menu, and you're lucky if maybe 2 days out of the 5 days of the of like the work day that you even like the food, what's being cooked or whatever. Actually, he has one where he's like, curry chicken again, and she's like, yes, curry chicken, what's wrong with curry chicken? And to this day I still get the same thing from my mom and my aunt, which is why I eat out so much. Of course, I'm a grown man now, right? So I can just go outside and just go buy something, or cook, but I don't do a lot of cooking anymore because I just don't have the time for it. Of course, with this gap year approaching, I suppose I do have time. I'm looking at the scale and I'm like, for a while I was like starting to dip under 230. I didn't hoop this week with my old man crew on Wednesdays. I'm kind of low-key feeling like I might be disinvited or something. I don't really know. I don't know if they just don't like my game or whatever, because it was like by invite from my boy C, and I've been going there pretty regularly for the last, basically this summer, since the semester ended. But I don't know. I feel like I might be disinvited, which, whatever. I guess I'll just have to go back to working out by myself. But in any event, like I'm at that age now where I can feel it. If I skip a workout, or if it's not even as intense and you just kind of go through the motions, you can see like that pound or two difference on the scale at the end of the week. All right, so yeah, so this is them over here. Oops, sorry, it's almost slipped out of my hand. Yep, so you can see over there having a nice little party. Good for them. Yeah, sounds Puerto Rican. If this were New York, it would be Dominican or something. But yeah, they're having a good old time. So it's a good day for it too. It's not too hot and not too many bugs out, at least not yet. I feel like it was a little more ornate the first time I passed around, and like they might be winding down now or something. But in any event, something to look forward to when I'm one day a parent to my mythical kids. And of course, these cats over here getting it in with some soccer or football. There's always someone out here though playing some football. I don't have a great eye for. I'm just a casual as far as soccer goes, so I can't really tell if there's anyone like especially talented out here. But anyway, it's my little just ramble. I'm just kind of saying hello. I guess the drive was so good coming back on Monday that I didn't even make a video. So here's what happened. You might remember. I mean, the video is privated now, but when I went to DR last year, I didn't work from there, but like, I brought my work laptop just in case, you get stranded or whatever. And I tested my VPN and it worked. So something told me, because the plan was actually to stay up there at my cousin S's place Monday or Tuesday and then just ride down afterwards, because I had Wednesday off. I had erroneously scheduled the wrong day off, but I work from home. And I guess they want me to kick the ball. Here goes nothing. Not too bad. I expected to get a little air on that though. Yeah, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, so for whatever reason, the Lord told me, spoke in my ear, test that VPN, because you just never know, right? It would have been hell telling my boss, like, yeah, I'm in Canada and I can't work. Actually, I would have had to make something up, because I well know that we're not supposed to be working internationally, which of course it's hard to reconfigure your brain and think of Canada as international, because it's like, it feels much like America, especially if you're not like in Montreal, one of those like French speaking provinces like, Quebec, whatever. So anyway, I tested the night before, got the 403 message that said, you're international, this page is not permitted, blah, blah, blah. And then I just kind of aborted the plan. It's a good thing I'm a G like that and I can just drive overnight. So I left that Sunday night. So it's a good thing that my cousins and we didn't ride up together, because that would have been an issue. I would have just had to have called out. And, I pride myself on not calling out for my job, especially because I work from home, right? There's like next to no reason to have to call out unless you're just like really ill or something like that. And I don't think in the 5.5 years now that I've been working, so these cats is doing some kind of video or something. Great timing. So in the 5.5 years that I've been working from home, I haven't had to call out because I'm working from home. I can usually just take like an extended lunch and get whatever I need to get done. It was like some kind of photo shoot for was it a magazine or something? Are they chilling? So that's why the G80 is here out in Springfield, out in these parts. That's gonna make me want to do one more lap when I walk around. So yeah, it worked out. Like I said in the last video, serendipity. I have more thoughts, but maybe I'll save that for tomorrow, because almost certainly I'll be here after the gym tomorrow evening. But yeah, you know the drill. The Lord is faithful. Stay with me. God bless.